noon today, as that's pretty big for a national senior writer to throw that out there. She's getting that from somebody. I mean, you could believe or not believe some of the stuff you see and hear on television, or on radio. But I think that this is something that is going to not settle well in this city as well as on a national level. They've already moved some games the Suns are going to play in,
right,
and on a national level. I just think that this is going to blow up in a bad way. And unfortunately, I'm not trying to be the start of the narrative, but I do think the Phoenix Suns are in a really bad place.
They're going nowhere.
Yeah, they're going nowhere, and the expectations were so high for this year.
Correct.
And now when you have guys like us on 98.7 saying blow it up, fans are listening, and they're going to hear it over and over. So then now the fans are going to start getting into that. Social media is going to start blowing up, and then Matt Ishbia is going to have to make a decision. All right, is it the coach? Are we going to make a move at the general manager position? Because that may be the next move. Because Matt, I'm sure, is relying on Jones quite a bit to make some of these calls. And you had a good 48 hours after this big trade went down with Luka to do something.
Correct.
And it's unfortunate that they couldn't make anything happen. Maybe the cupboard was just dry in the NBA. There was nothing left.
You couldn't do anything with Beal. He wasn't going anywhere. We talked about it for 2 weeks on the show. He was not going to waive his no-trade clause. Plus, nobody wanted him because of that contract. So the only bargaining chip that you had was Kevin Durant. Rock, you made an excellent point when the show began. His name did not get hot in trade rumors until 3 days before the trading deadline because they knew then they were not going to be able to acquire Jimmy Butler.
The thing is, though, if the Suns were kind of maybe thinking like plan B, plan C, that Durant would be available for a move, you would think they would have the experience to know and look ahead. I mean, somebody made a phone call to the LA Lakers and said, "Hey, do you want Luka?"
Yeah.
Now all these other teams are pissed off that they didn't get in on that.
Exactly.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, no.
There's GMs and presidents and owners that are buddies. They make a text, they make a call, and they say, "Hey, I'm just throwing this out there." But you guys ever get rid of Luka?
Yeah, that's how you cut a deal, particularly the deal for Luka and AD.
Let me throw this at you guys. With this toxic environment being reported.
Yep.
Whether KD's the guy starting it or not, obviously there's lack of leadership in this locker room, which is very disappointing. Mm-hmm. This is very disappointing as a Suns fan and seeing this going, oh, wow, we finally got Beal. These three stars should make this happen. Obviously not happening. So my whole contention, we throw this at you guys. If he's the guy that's stirring it up or seeing things that aren't coming to fruition, maybe it's Bill, maybe it's not, that's coming to a point where the Suns are going, hey, he's not happy. He's part of the problem. We got to look to move him. The Suns the last 40 hours did everything they could to try to move Kevin Durant.
But now they have some PR damage that they need to figure out.
Correct.
And I do think, thank you, I do think they need to get ahead of this. They should have had a press conference at 1:30 and basically address this to the local and national
I would agree,
media.
Rock. I would agree.
Hey, we made every effort. It didn't work. Our hands were tied. Mm-hmm. I think just being transparent right now, especially where this organization is, I think people would have respect that. They said, to your point, Jimmy, we couldn't move Beal.
Right.
Kevin Durant, we respect him. He didn't want to go to the Golden State Warriors. Right. We respect him, and we're and other things. I'm sure there's some talking points that they could have come up with that they could have been ahead of this, and unfortunately now it's going to be all this rhetoric and all these talking heads and social media going back and forth
and toxic.
Toxic word. That's the word.
That's the word, toxic.
I think they're a little embarrassed the way things have gone down.
I don't know about embarrassed. Well, I'm embarrassed. This is the NBA. I don't need to be embarrassed.
Well, because of the way these things have turned out, they couldn't trade KD. They couldn't make the Butler deal. I think that they're maybe not embarrassed, but maybe they're just got a little bit of egg on their face.
That's fair. I'd say that.
Yeah, maybe it's egg on their face. And I think that you're right, Rock. Come out and say, look, these are some of the things we're looking to try to fix. We couldn't make this happen. We're trying to make things happen until the end of the year. We still feel have a chance to make the playoffs, whether you believe that or not.
Yeah.
You put that out there, but I think it's more egg on their face, and they're kind of like, hey, hunkering down to, okay, what's our next move? How do we paint this mess that we've gotten ourselves into?
Here's Bob Myers on ESPN talking about the front office needs to speak up, like we just talked about.
But they fix it. Okay, so he goes in there with the owner, with James Jones, Josh Barley. He says, "Hey, look, okay, you try to trade me. Let's just have an honest conversation.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the places I didn't want to go. I appreciate that. But there's no secret. You tried to move me. So I'm here. Let's finish the season. I love basketball. I want to win. And he's always loved basketball. He's always going to love basketball. At the end of the season, let's all sit down so you don't blindside me again. I think
4 minutes till we toss the Jacks.
He's done his part for Phoenix. For you can disagree. And let's find, if it's not here, by the way, again, he never said, I want to be traded. But if it's not here, let's figure out a place for me to go. And the last thing I'll say is, I want to see Kevin Durant compete for a championship and be on a good team, just like I want to see Steph Curry, LeBron James. We want to see all the stars on a team where they can compete for a championship. So it's on that kind of team.
I'm with you. You want to see the stars competing for championships. Kevin Durant is a star. Unfortunately, he's not going to be competing for a championship right now with the Phoenix Suns. It's not in the cards.
You're right. And here's the challenge now that I have. I know he's a pro.
Yep, he is.
But now that he knows that the organization is going to move him, the summer is going to be all about Durant. And what gives him the incentive to bust his ass on the court,
because he's way different than Jimmy Butler personality-wise. He will.
But this isn't about Jimmy Butler.
No, I'm just saying.
This is about him and the Suns.
I know, but I'm just saying he is not the personality that Jimmy Butler was in Miami, trying to say all of those things and force his way out.
But it's not even close, Jimmy. And it's not even Jimmy Butler won it out.
No.
Kevin Durant doesn't win it out. You can't compare them.
No, I'm not comparing. I'm saying
Yes, you are.
No, I'm saying he is not that personality.
Okay.
So his personality will be, your question was, why would he still compete? Because that is his personality.
Well, he'll be a pro.
So he will be a pro.
He'll be a pro.
Even though it'll be under circumstances that he doesn't like.
Hey, look,
we don't know that.
You hope. You hope that
we are not in that locker room. It's too tough for us anyway.
Yeah.
But we have not had that conversation with KD.
Well,
and said, of course, he's going to say all the right things. He's going to be a pro, but it's just it's human. If you know you're leaving, if you knew that you're leaving ESPN 620 in 3 months,
right?
You're not putting your A game in every week. Come on. There is a part of you who's probably saying, hey, I want to go out on top. I want to go out strong.
Sure.
But, are you going to die for that ball? Maybe not.
I think what I hear you saying, Rock, is okay. It's nice for guys that want to come after Jimmy B. They want to poach your versus Rock going, you know what, Jimmy, we're going to try to get ready to trade you. We really are.
You've been great. You're our lead scorer. But right now, you're not in the future.
Yeah.
So if you're not in the future, you're just going to collect a check for the next 3-4 months.
Well, he is going to do that, but he is a basketball guy.
He's also, 36 or whatever he is?
35.
35, so he's at the tail end of his career.
I'm well aware.
And there may be some incentives tied to his contract. He wants to play those out, whatever it is. But I think I would hope, and you bring up a great point, Rock, I would hope he'd be a pro, play it out. He's going to be disgruntled. If there's issues that you see on the court, that he's not hustling, doing this and that, then I think Mike Budenholzer, I doubt
you're going to sit him. Is this going to be another Nurkic?
Yeah.
Hey, look, come on.
The Suns have made their bed. They're going to have to deal with it now.
They are.
This thing could be a mess, or it could be something to the point. Okay, we got to make the best. Let's at least try to make the damn play in.
I will say that Matt Ishbia, and we referenced this the other day as well, I appreciate him being a new owner, jumping in with both feet and trying to change the dynamic for the Phoenix Suns. Guys, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. You come out and you say, it didn't work the way that we hoped it would, and we're going to try to make amends.
Hey, Pat Riley struck a deal with the National Football League for 3-peat. He owns the trademark of 3-peat. We're going to talk about that. Got some other NFL news to pass along in regards to Super Bowl 59, but here's Jax with another ESPN 620 local sports update.